Spread anti-seize compound on a pump shaft and inside the pulley bearing to make it easier to get it off the next time. This is our pulley installer. This is what we were talking about. You don't want to just tap the pulley on with a hammer. You want to make sure you use the right tool for it. Now if you look at this, the center shaft of the power steering pump is threaded. That's where the bolt's going to thread into the shaft of the pump. And then as we tighten the adapter, it's actually going to install the pulley onto the shaft. After you tighten it up a couple of turns, go ahead and stop. You want to go ahead and spin the pulley to make sure it's running true. If it's not, go ahead and loosen it back up again and make sure you got the pulley started true, because if you don't, it'll destroy it as you push it on there. Because a lot of times what will happen is it'll start and it'll be like that. It's not running true on there. Looks much better. Now we just go ahead and finish tightening it down. We have the power steering pump installed, our pulleys installed. Next, we want to go back down into the car and start installing our hoses. Remove the plugs that came with the new rack to install the lines. You want to make sure you lubricate the O-rings before you install the fittings. That way it won't distort the O-rings when you go to tighten it up. Something else to remember too, these are swivel type fittings, so when they're tight, the fitting itself is still going to be able to move, so just don't over tighten them. As a matter of fact, I think the torque spec is like 10 foot-pounds, which isn't very much. Well, make sure you take your time when you thread the fittings in for the lines into the rack. It's really easy to cross-thread them. The rack's made out of aluminum and the fittings are made out of steel, and if you cross-thread into the rack, you've just destroyed the rack. Now I can reconnect the first return line to the rack. The power steering return hose is going to come just in a length of hose, and you may have to cut it to length like I've done right here. Now it's ready to install onto the cooler. Now the other power steering return hose, I'm going to cut it to length and it goes to the other side of the cooler, but I'm not going to install this onto our pump reservoir yet because we still want to flush the system so we can flush out all the debris in that cooler. As with any job, to do it right, you'll need the right tools. The nice thing is that jobs today don't require a large, expensive assortment. Basic hand tools are generally all you'll need. In case where a specialty tool is required, be sure to check with AutoZone's Loan a Tool program. They have many specialty tools that can help you complete your job a lot quicker and easier. The first things you'll need are a socket set, torque wrench, drop light, tape measure, tie rod separator, and a repair manual for your specific vehicle. You may also need screwdrivers or pliers to remove some components. We will also need power steering fluid to replace what will be lost during the repair.
Be cautious when working under the hood. If the engine has been running, components will be extremely hot, so be careful what you touch. When working around a running engine, it is important to be alert and never wear loose clothing or a necktie that can get tangled in belts, pulleys, or the fan. When lifting a vehicle, never work under it until it has been secured with wheel blocks and securely positioned on jack stands. A hydraulic jack alone is never enough. Be cautious when working with oils and chemicals. Many are damaging to the groundwater environment and toxic to people and animals. Never drain or pour chemicals into the ground or sewer systems. Local municipalities and counties offer resources for proper disposal. And always, remember to wear your safety glasses.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Get the entire DVD for this repair and all other procedures covered in the Complete Car Care series at your local AutoZone store.